Good morning, my little unicorns. How are you guys today? I am great, and I am ready to go over all the stuff we did this year with you again. Part 2. We did a lot yesterday. I think we went over 9 themes yesterday, remembering our school year together with little Matt Man down there, you 5-day 3s. Wait a minute. You're not 5-day 3s anymore. You're almost pre-K. You're so big. Started at 3, now 4. Unbelievable. Well, we went through so much yesterday, and we're going to go through so much today. So you guys buckle in, all right? We're going for a ride. We're going for a ride down memory lane, down all the things we learned this year. Your brains must be so full and so smart, so smart. I started showing you this because those are our 2 favorite characters of Mo Willems, and we're going to talk about him, actually, I think, first. Yes, first. All right? But before that, you know how Miss Britt makes mistakes sometimes? That's like a big yes. That's a big yes. And I'm the first to admit it. Let me tell you, I make mistakes all the time. In fact, I wrote a whole book series about making mistakes because it's okay and you learn from it, right? So yesterday, I was watching my video back and Emma and I were like, what? You made a couple of mistakes. So here I am to admit my mistakes and to make corrections, okay? So for our Friday dance with our shakers, dun, 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 I said we danced to Can't Stop the Feeling. But I said it was sung and written by Justin Bieber. X. Wrong, Miss Britt. Not Justin Bieber. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake. And he's in Trolls. He's one of the voices in Trolls, which is something we can talk about later for our topic of pretend versus real. Do you remember that one? Well, if you don't, that's okay. We're going to go over a little bit of it today. That's okay? Today. Okay? Today. Kind of rhymes. Sounds like it. All right. Mistake number 2. I said that on October 18th was the first woman to walk in space. Wrong, Miss Britt. Wrong. Actually, women have walked in space before. October 18th, 2019 was the first time we had an all-female crew going to outer space. Okay? So it wasn't just one woman. It wasn't just 2 women. I think it was 3. But don't quote me on that. October 18th, 2019, the first all-women space crew. Woo! All right, I made the mistakes, and now I corrected them. Do you forgive me? Thank you. Okay, now that that's over, let's get started, okay? And I'm actually going to see you guys later today with Miss Deb, because you're going to pick up your stuff from Hagen, like all your rain boots and your rain jackets and some of the stuff that we have for you, like your names on your chairs and your Play-Doh and your crayons. We're going to have all that ready for you, so I actually can't wait to see you. I love seeing you. In fact, I was thinking about this morning how we were talking about our morning routine and all that, and boy, do I miss seeing you guys walk into the classroom with those smiling faces on, ready to learn. So, can you show me your smiling face right now? Are you ready to learn? Thumbs up? Are there any thumbs down? If you're not ready to learn, maybe go back to sleep. If I got a thumbs up, let's go, friends. Let's go for this ride. All right, first thing we need to do is breathe. I'm going to use Piggy again since we're going to talk about Elephant and Piggy. And I know this isn't the Piggy in the books, but it's a pig. So let's start going, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Go get your breathing buddy. I hope you have them already. Are you in your jammies still? Probably. All right, here we go. 4 breaths. Are you calm? Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. Yes, Miss Britt, I'm ready to learn. You're ready to learn? Yes. Yay, high five. Ksh. High five. Ksh. Nice. All right. We ended yesterday, let me look at my notes. The last theme we talked about was zoo versus farm animals, okay? And that now can lead us into the next theme of an author study. An author study. And what does that mean, Miss Britt? That means we're going to pick one author and learn about him or her, right? Who's an author that's talking to you now? Me, right? So I'd be a female author. We're going to talk about a male author, and his name is, dun 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 dun, drum roll please, Mo Willems. Woo! Ha! Right. He's our favorite because he wrote the Elephant and Piggy books. And we had so much fun with Elephant and Piggy all year long. Miss Jenny loved to read Elephant and Piggy books to you guys. It's a whale. Miss Deb read them to you. We had mystery readers read Elephant and Piggy books to you guys. And sometimes I read them to you guys too. Right? We also drew Elephant and Piggy together. Oh, here are lots of the characters. We drew Elephant and Piggy together in our directive drawing together, and that was really fun. Right? Look at it. These are some of the books that he wrote. He wrote a lot of books, friends. Okay? So, before we get into Mo Willems a little bit more, do you guys remember what an author does? What does an author do? Correct. An author is the one that writes the story, writes the words in a book. And that's why, friends, it's so important that we learn our letters so that eventually we can learn to read. And I know some of you have already started with the Bob books. And if you haven't, that's okay. Reading is at your own pace. It's at your own brain's ideas of when it wants to start. Okay? But knowing your letters, writing your letters, sounding out your letters, that's reading. That's a start of reading, my friends. So please, we're so proud of you, right? Our quote, we're so proud of you. So the author is the one that writes the words in the book, okay? And writes the story. Who or what does an illustrator do? Do you remember? An illustrator is the one that draws the pictures, right? That draws the pictures. The pictures. Now, sometimes an author can be an illustrator as well. They can be the same person, and sometimes they can be different people. So for Mo Willems, he draws the pictures and writes the story, writes the words. For this book, this compost book, there is one person that's the author, Mary Kenna, and then there's a person who's the illustrator, Ashley Wolf, okay? Those are two separate people, author, illustrator, but for some, the author and the illustrator are the same, like Mo Willems. Who else is the same author and illustrator? Did you guess me? Yes, I wrote the books and I illustrated the books. I had help from two other people, Greg Harden and John Trent. They helped take my drawings and put them on the computer so that they can print out my books. But I'm the original drawer of all the Stinky Kid characters, and I also wrote the stories. And thank goodness I wrote the stories, friends, because we started this video out with me telling you that I make mistakes all the time, and that's what my books are about, making mistakes. But Mo Willems' books, there's a lot of different things that he talks about. He talks about respect and sharing and being kind, and he does it in a very funny way. A very funny way. What are some other books that Mo Willems wrote? Do you remember? Sometimes we look in the front of the book to try to find that little rascal who doesn't want to go to bed and who wants to drive the bus. Oh, he's not in this book. Oh, yes, he is. Do you remember who this little guy is right there? Pigeon, right. Mo Willems also wrote the Pigeon books. The Pigeon Wants a Puppy. A puppy. Now, did he really want a puppy? He didn't really want a puppy, right? Because that puppy was so big. Trying to find the puppy. Ah! Right? We're going to draw this puppy today. No, we're not, Miss Britt. Yes, we are. We can do it. Yes, we can. Dun, 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 dun. You can tell I've had a lot of coffee today. All right. And I'm excited because I'm going to see you guys later. That makes me so happy. All right, so he wrote the Pigeon books, and there's tons of Pigeon books. And he also included Duckling. Remember we read that the other day? Duckling wants a cookie, or Duckling gets a cookie. Now, I'm not going to go over all the books that Mo Willems wrote, but he also wrote the Knuffle Bunny. And I know that Jackson has this book because he donated this book to our class. So kind. And I'm going to read the Knuffle Bunny at the end of our circle time today. Okay? I was going to draw the puppy, but maybe we can draw the Knuffle Bunny. I don't know. I'm Joe on the fly. Joe on the fly. So we'll decide what we want to do later. Okay. So a little bit about Mo Willems. Oh, he's my age. Hey, he's 51 like me. And you know what? I think he's from New York too. But he started his journey of writing books and drawing pictures of characters that, what he says, he likes to draw characters that you and I, the letter I, we're going to go over I, can also draw. He likes to make them easy so that we can draw them too. And we have. We've drawn Pigeon. We've drawn Piggy. We've drawn Elephant. And today we're going to draw the doggy or the Knuffle Bunny. I don't know. It's a surprise. Okay. So that's Mo Willems. And he did the Piggy and Elephant. And do you remember what Miss Jenny and I dressed up as for Halloween? Right. Piggy and Elephant. Right. Very good. And we're going to talk about Halloween next. Look at how all these themes just kind of flow into each other. A rhyme and a reason to what we do, my friends. Okay. We also, when we were in class, we had the Mo Willems characters on our felt board, right? And you guys used to be able to play with them. And then for show and share, we also had you guys draw a picture and tell us what your favorite Elephant and Piggy book was. And I think a lot of you said the pig party one because you like that one, right? Do you have to be a pig to go to a pig party? No, remember they were all dressed up in pig costumes. Again, pretend and real Halloween costumes. What? Okay. So we know about an author. We know about an illustrator. What's the title of the book? What's the title of the book? What's the title of this book? Do you guys know? This is the title. It's what the book is about. And this one is The Pigeon Wants a Puppy. That's the title of the book. And there's usually a page inside called the title page, right there, that also shows you the title. And it's important to read the title, not just look at the cover. They say don't judge a book by the cover, right? Don't just look at the pictures and say, oh, that's going to be a book I like. When you learn how to read, you should read the title to make sure your brain says, yeah, I think I'm going to like that book. I like the pictures and I like the title, what it may be about. And you can always turn the book around and read the back of the book to see what the book is about too. Yes, books are amazing. One of my favorite things in the world, books. I have so many books and I love them and I treasure them. And I hope you guys treasure books too. We don't want to rip them, right? We don't want to throw them. They're not toys. We want to hold them tight, take really good care of them because they bring us so much joy and take us into so many different lands of pretend so we can use our imagination and have a great time, right? All right. Oh, I didn't show you this. So this is our coloring page for author study. Mo Willems, Piggy, Elephant. What's Elephant's name? Gerald. Gerald. And guess what? Gerald starts with the letter that we went over during this week at school. And it was what? G. G for Gerald. All right? G for Gerald. All right. What does Matt say we need for G? Anybody? Raise your hand. All right. You. All right. Matt says we need one big curve. And he actually says we need two little lines. So one little line there and one little line there. Two little lines. And let me show you, friends, what that looks like on our board. Remember we had our board? And I'm just going to show you one of these per circle time, okay? So we put the big circle on the side where the dot is. And then we took the two little lines. I have to hold it up. See if I can do this. Oh, come on, Britt, you can do it. Yes, you can. It looks something like that. G. It doesn't look very good, but I promise you we did it, and we did it well. Okay? So that's how we did the G with our wood sticks on the ground. G. Friends, what does G say? G. Right. For gumball. What else is G for? Here's our coloring page that we did. G for gingerbread man, grapes, ghost. What was the name of our friendly ghost in our class? Do you guys remember? George, right. And George starts with G. And he was a very friendly ghost. Remember when anything ever went kind of wrong or topsy-turvy or we didn't know how it happened? It was George. Where did George live in our classroom? Do you remember? Right, in the light. And sometimes we could see him when he shined his little orange light at us. G is for girl, guitar, a guitar, and Gerald. Gerald. Very good, friends. Okay, so that was our author study week with Mo Willems and the letter G. All right. Now, are Piggy and Elephant real or pretend? They're pretend, right? Because do pigs talk? Not that I know of. Do they fly? Not that I know of. There's an expression when pigs fly, which means never. Do elephants talk like Gerald? So guess what? Those guys are pretend, right? So we went through pretend versus real. And we also talked about the holiday, dun, 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 Halloween. Ooh, spooky, right? Halloween. Because we pretend to be other things on Halloween, right? We dress up in costumes. Like I just said, Miss Jenny and I, we dressed up as Piggy and Elephant. Do you remember what you were for Halloween? What were you for Halloween? I think there were some Elsa and Annas. There were some, I think, Descendants. There were some Spider-Mans and Batmans. Gosh, I can't remember what everybody was because there were a lot of great costumes out there. I think someone was a unicorn. Unicorn! Ah! This is when we brought in that unicorn. When I say unicorn, Miss Deb says unicorn, and Miss Jenny said unicorn, that meant get up and dance or go crazy. Ah! And why did we used to do that? To give our brains a break, right? There's a lot of learning, so sometimes we need to pump up our energy, get our blood flowing, get our brains working, and go a little crazy. Now, are unicorns real or pretend? I don't know. You guys need to tell me that. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so for Halloween, you get to dress up. You get to pretend that you're something else. And do you know that not only kids pretend, right? When you go to the dramatic play area and you put on costumes or you have the kitchen, you guys pretend to be chefs or to be doctors or to be nurses. Well, Grown-ups pretend too. And grown-ups pretend when they're actors, when they're in a play or in a musical, right? Actors, or when you're watching a movie, those are actors and they're pretending to be that character. Cheers. I need a drink. They're pretending. All right, let's go. We went through, we played a game here, and we went through what is pretend and what is real. So, for Halloween, if you see a witch in a book on a broom flying through the air, is that pretend or real? That's pretend. I don't think I've ever seen a witch flying in the air with a broom. Only in books and only on TV. Okay. What about a talking dog? Is a talking dog real or pretend? Gosh, do I wish Pudgy would talk to me. It would be so cool. But friends, I hate to tell you, or I'm sorry, I don't like that word. I don't want to tell you, but that's pretend. Okay, doggies don't talk. We read a book that had a little girl flying over the city. She was flying over New York, right? Looking down. Was that real or pretend? That was pretend, my friends. Humans can't fly. Birds can fly. We can fly in an airplane, but we can't fly. That is pretend. Right. All right, here I got one here. Which egg is the real egg and which egg is the pretend egg? Okay. Pretend egg, blue. Now there are blue eggs, but this one's plastic and it opens up like this. This is an egg that we put candy in for Easter. This, my friends, is the real egg. And if I cracked it, you would see the yolk and the egg whites inside. Okay? Real versus pretend. Right? Here's a silly one. Which is the real Miss Britt? Here! That's me! I'm the real Miss Britt. This is my, I guess it's called an avatar or a bitmoji or emoji of me. Even though I wish I had that shirt with Pudgy on top. Real, pretend. Real, pretend. Right? Halloween. Ooh, we talked about Halloween. What letter does Halloween start with, friends? What letter does Halloween start with? If you said H, ding, 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 you are correct. H. Halloween starts with H. What does Matt Mann say we need for H? 2 big lines and 1 little line in the middle. In the middle. Connecting the 2 big lines. It's also for an animal. Neigh! Horse. A horse. That's correct. And here is our coloring page for H. What do you see there? A hand, hand, high five, hand, a heart. Make your heart. I love you. Heart. There's our neigh horse. Helicopter, right? If we fly, we can fly in a helicopter. Happy. Are you happy? I'm happy. And house. House. Which is where we've all been for a very long time now. House. And that's our coloring page for H. This was a big topic that we went over because Halloween's a lot of fun and pretend versus real is a lot of fun too. We also did this morning work where we cut grass. You cut all those little pieces. Cut, 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 cut with our scissors. Where are my scissors? Here they are. With my scissors, right? We learned how to cut. And we cut out a pumpkin and we made the little starry night. So we cut and pasted together for Halloween, right? And then we also talked about some Halloween words. What do you think this Halloween word is? Who do you think that is? It's a witch. Very good. What about this guy? Who's that guy? A spider. Very good. What about, I'm going to do these after. Oh, we talked about George. What is George? He's a ghost. And what is this? A pumpkin. Right. Now, remember we talked about, I think we talked about this yesterday. Yes, we did. If you make a face on a pumpkin and you carve it out, what is that called? Jack-o'-lantern, right. Jack-o'-lantern is part of Halloween. Halloween is the holiday. It's in the season of fall, right? And it's in the month of October. Very, very good, friends. Okay, I saved these for last because after pretend and real, we got into something else. So what is this that we get on Halloween, right? You knock on the door and you say, trick or treat, and they give you what? Candy. I love candy. I love candy. I love chocolate. I love candy. It's so colorful. I love it. Now, can I eat candy all the time? I can, but what would happen to me? I would have no energy. My teeth would rot. It wouldn't be good for me. I wouldn't be able to grow, right? So what we started to talk about next was healthy eating, right? Healthy eating. And what we said was having treats and candy is great every once in a while in a little amount, but you want to eat growing food, right? Why is it called growing food, friends? Because it helps us grow. It helps us get strong. It helps our brain, right? And this pumpkin is a healthy food. The pumpkin seeds, very healthy, okay? So that was the next thing that we talked about, was growing foods. And we showed you this food pyramid, and it shows you all the things that you can eat, right? Healthy foods like bread, fruits, vegetables, dairy, which is cheese. You can eat meats like fish or chicken, right? But all the way at the top, you see, what is that? We drew it yesterday. It's a cupcake. There's only one cupcake here and lots of growing food. That's because the cupcake isn't growing food, it's a treat, and we can have treats. That's why it's called a treat. Not supposed to get it all the time. We can have treats every once in a while. And friends, on Friday, we got all mixed up because it was pizza day, so we let you have your treat first and then eat your growing food. That can happen every once in a while. That's okay. It's fun. We're crazy like that. What? Yes. All right. We also played this game that said, fill our lunchbox with healthy foods, right? And we had that on our board. I love my board, right? Love my board. And we had these foods that we put in a pretend lunchbox on what was healthy and what was not. So on this page, what is healthy and what is not healthy? Can you tell me? Okay, the apple is healthy. The orange is healthy. The carrot, I see peas and corn. I see water. Healthy, growing foods. Now, what are the treats? The cookie. Sometimes juice is a treat. The chocolate. Miss Britt loves chocolate. The candy and the potato chips, right? Now, sometimes you guys have pirate booty or veggie sticks. Those are kind of more healthy than potato chips. Okay, so we went over that as one of our games. Healthy, put the healthy food in our lunchbox. And we also, no, not yet. Hold the phone. We brought in the letter I, not I, not I. Yes, I, letter I. I have had too much coffee today. I. Okay, what is the letter I for? Ice cream. Ice cream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream. Is ice cream a growing food? It's not, friends. Wish it was, but it's not. This is ink. This is insect, or insects. We have two. Igloo. Who lives in an igloo? Do you guys remember? Who lives in an igloo? If you said Eskimo, psh, smart brain. Eskimos live in igloos. And it has to be what? Cold, right? Like, what's this? Ice. Remember Stinky Kid Britt? She put the ice on her head to try to get the gum out of her hair. And she got really, really cold. Ice. I. That was our coloring book for I. Oh, I'm just moving right along and not even showing you our coloring pages for it. This was for Pretend versus Halloween with the ghost, the spider, the jack-o'-lantern, and the bat. And then this is the coloring page for healthy eating. Healthy eating. And there's an apple. This is supposed to be cheese, not a cake. Broccoli, eggs, fish, grapes, carrot, cherries, bread, watermelon. Yum, yum, yum. Veggies, fruits, dairy, breads, meats. Okay? All right. Where was my letter I? I. I is our third vowel, Jackson. I. What does Mattman say we need to make for the letter I? One big line, two little lines. Big line down the middle, one little line at the top, one little line at the bottom. I. Index finger on nose. I. I for igloo. Very, very good. Okay, let's take a breath. We're learning a lot. Let's take a breath. Oh, before we go on, during this time we also talked about the 5 senses. We have 5 senses. Do you guys remember what they are while I fix my mice pillows? Do you remember what the 5 senses are? I can't hear you. Say it louder. Raise your hand. All right. The 5 senses are sight or seeing, hearing, listening, smelling, tasting, and touching. I wish I could touch you with a big hug. Let's give an air hug. Air hug. Touching. Very, very good. So we went over the 5 senses too. And you can use your 5 senses. That's a science project. Go ahead and use your 5 senses. Remember with the listening walk, we're using our listening. You can go out and see lots of things in nature. Smell the flowers. Taste the tomatoes. Touch the grass. Do all those fun things. Cheers. All right. I told you we learned a lot this year. I told you we learned a lot. I have a lot of notes today too. Whoa, are we going to get through this together? We can do it. Yes, we can. All right. After growing food, we moved on to the next topic, which is exercise, jumping jacks, running, walking, yoga, exercise, okay? And we talked about fall sports too. Here is our coloring page, if I can get it, for exercise. You got the carrot lifting weights, you got the broccoli doing push-ups, and you've got the tomato doing yoga. Ha. Is that real or pretend? Pretend. Okay. Exercise and fall sports, and we watched so many fun Sesame Street videos over this year, and one we watched was Grover, our friendly blue monster, and he was doing so much exercise on the video, and it was really funny. We had a really good time with that. We also used to do our morning exercises on the circle time rug before we got started, right? Before we learned about breathing. And we would do, raise your hands and try to touch the sky. Oh, try. Right? Move your shoulders around. Are you guys doing this with me? Move your shoulders around. Twist your body so you can get your bellies ready for food, right? Move those fingers for fine motor skills. Touch your toesies. Can you touch your toes? Touch your toesies. And march in place. March, 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 march. Woo! And then we'd say, okay, everybody crisscross applesauce, hands in your lap. We are ready to learn. So we would do our morning exercises. And we talked about fall sports too. Fall sports, they can be football. Ooh, throwing the football. What else is a fall sport? Oh my gosh, I'm just not thinking about it. I know football is a great fall sport. What else do people play in the fall? Some people play tennis. I'm trying to think. Some people play soccer. But soccer can be at spring and fall, and tennis can be spring and fall. The one I'm going to just talk about right now for lack of time is football, right? And I, my friends, are cheering for the who? FSU, Florida Seminoles. I know there are some Gators out there. I know there's some Clemson fans. I know there's lots of different fans out there. Miss Britt, Florida State. Woo, woo. Hopefully Georgia Tech, if Emma gets to Georgia Tech. Cross your fingers. Okay. We talked about exercising, and we exercised also outside in the playground by going on the jungle gym or on the swings, pumping using our arms, right? Going on hikes, playing hide and go seek. And then we also exercised in the gym, right? We used to play basketball. We used to do the hula hoops. We rode our bikes. And we played red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. And you guys were so silly with that game. And I think with Miss Jenny, you made up some different rules too, like purple and pink. Very cool, using your imaginations. Exercise. And one of the things we did were jumping jacks, right? Jumping jacks. And jumping jacks start with the letter that we learned that week, J. J. Here is our letter J coloring page. You see a jar. Yes, a jacket. Correct. A jet. A gem. Charlotte used to find gems all the time. Jeans. Not pants, that would be P. And a jellyfish. Who is our friend in our class that starts with the letter J? Our vowel master. Jackson, that's right. Jackson starts with the letter J. All right? And J says what? J, J, right. Now, this is where we said, Matt Man, he tells us that we want a big line, a little curve, and a little line. What we did, we decided not going to listen to Matt Man for J, listen to Miss Britt. We started at top and went down and just hooked it up, right? Down and hook, and then put our little line at the top. J, J, for Jackson. All right, that was exercise. Now that we know about growing food, and now that we've done all of our exercises, now guess what? We're ready to have an awesome meal for the next holiday called Thanksgiving. Right, and that is the next theme that we talked about, Thanksgiving. Let me get my turkey. Do you guys remember we watercolored these turkeys and we put them on our door with Matt Man, who is a pilgrim? You did such a good job with that. Thanksgiving, okay? And this is when we brought in our Peanuts characters, Charlie Brown and his friends. And we had the characters on our felt board that you guys got to play with. And we also watched Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. And we had a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving party together. And I think Deb actually was substituting for this. So we had all the characters on the table. And we had the same dinner as Charlie Brown and his friends. Do you remember what we had? Did we have turkey? No, they didn't have turkey for theirs. We had popcorn, ice cream, we did, and jelly beans, and pretzels. Right, and we played with the Peanuts characters. Why don't you guys go watch the Peanuts Thanksgiving? That would be something kind of fun you can do after you watch this video. Peanuts Thanksgiving. And we had a really good time with those Peanuts characters. Now, we talked about Thanksgiving and how Thanksgiving is about sitting down and eating a great meal with your family and being thankful. What does being thankful mean? Which is something we need to talk about while we're at home. Thankful, right? We want to appreciate or remember all the good things that happen to us and are in our lives, right? Our parents, we're thankful for their love. We're thankful for our school. We're thankful for our doggies. We're thankful that the weather and Mother Nature are being so kind to us right now. And that's what Thanksgiving is about for me, is remembering all the things that we're thankful for. And we sit down to a really good meal with our families and we eat. So we're thankful for that meal too. And Thanksgiving are two words, we said, right? Thanks, being thankful, thank you, and giving, right? Giving. It makes your heart feel good when you give people your love, your listening ears, a nice drawing, or something that will make their heart happy, right? Thanks and giving. Two words, Thanksgiving. Here are some things, some words for Thanksgiving. These two guys are pilgrims, the girl and the boy. Who's this? Right, Mr. Turkey. This is a table where we sit down and eat our food. And some of the food we eat is corn and my favorite, mashed potatoes. Do you like mashed potatoes? You do? Oh, good. I do too. Do you like corn? Good. I do too. It's okay if you don't though, but I like those two things too. And then to round out Thanksgiving, before we went on our Thanksgiving break, where we didn't go to school for a week, we had our Thanksgiving sing performance, and we were the turkeys, right? We made these turkeys all by ourselves, not with my help, your help. You did it. It's all your work, process art, however your brain sees your turkey. And that's what we did. Okay, now, see, there's so much, friends. This is going to be like the longest video I think I've ever done. Okay. Our letter of the week during Thanksgiving was K. 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 What other letter starts with K, like K? What other letter sounds like K? C. Very good. K. 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 For kangaroo. And we said a kangaroo baby is a joey. Kid. You're a big kid. Kite. Maybe you guys can fly a kite this weekend. Key. You have the key to my heart. Kettle for tea, and king, right? King. So those are K words, and Matman says for K we need what? One big line down and two little lines. K is a very hard letter to write, so you want to do one little line diagonal and another little line diagonal, okay, on the side of the big line. Very, very hard word or letter to write. I can do it. Yes, I can. All we want you to do is try. Just try. That's all we want you to do. Okay. We talked about Thanksgiving. Giving, besides things that are from our heart, can also both be things that we buy for people, okay? And in order to buy things, what do we need? We need money, 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 right? Money. And we had a really good time with our topic of money. Now, remember when we were collecting the nuts for the squirrels, the acorns, and we were calling it our acorn bank? Right. That was a bank that we saved all of those acorns in so that we could give to the squirrels. See? Everything comes together. Right. we also have our own banks, which are piggy banks. And this is a piggy bank. And this was my son Max's. It says Maxwell in there. And it's a dinosaur. And you put the money in his mouth and it goes all the way down into his belly. Is there any money in there now? No money. All right. But this is when we learned about some money. And we watched that video that had the money song. So let's see if I can do it myself. It said, a penny is, right, 1 cent. A nickel is 5 cents. A dime is 10 cents. And a quarter is 25 cents. Woo! Okay. Penny, 1 cent. Nickel, 5 cents. Dime, 10 cents. Quarter, my New York accent, 25 cents. Woo! All right. We need money to put in our piggy bank to save so that we can buy something later. And we played another game at this time. We played a game of what can we buy with our money, right? So we said, if we wanted to buy this Smurf doll, we would need money. If this Smurf doll was 1 cent, which would be really cool, what would we need to buy it with? Do you remember what's 1 cent? Right, a penny. A penny. All right, let's put our penny in our bank. Let me show you. Take the penny and put him in his mouth. Goes all the way down, and there it is, okay? All right, then we said, let's say if we wanted to buy this reusable mug, and it was 5 cents. What would we need to save? We could save a nickel, right? Or 5 pennies, but we're going to say a nickel. So let's put that in our bank. All right. What if we wanted to buy this maraca? We would need 10 cents. So we could either use 10 pennies, 2 nickels, right? Because we know 5 and 5 is 10. But we would also need, or we would need a dime, because a dime is 10 cents. So let's save our dime. Yay, in our bank. And then this would be really expensive if we wanted to buy, I'm looking around my shop here, what do I want to buy? All right, this pointer is 25 cents. What do we need for 25 cents? Right, our quarter. Quarter is 25 cents. Woo! Okay, our quarter. And there's other ways to make 25 cents, but friends, for you, let's save a quarter. Put it in there, and there's our money. So now we can buy things, right? And we can buy things for other people. What they say sometimes, it's better to give or to buy things for other people than for yourself. It makes your heart feel really good. All right? So that is what we did. We played that game, and you all went home with this Leader of Good dollar. Right? You're a leader of good, and you got this Leader of Good dollar that you got to take home with you. This was when we also talked about the letter L. What two friends' names start with L in our class? Leah and Lyle. Hi, Leah. Hi, Lyle. Right. And this is when we'd say, friends, do your best lion. Roar! And you guys would go crazy. L for lion. For ladder. For ladybug. Ellis is our ladybug finder. For love. For leaf. For lamp. Right? L. And what does Matman say we need for the letter L? Ooh. Right, one big line down and one little line at the bottom. L. Lion. Roar, lion. All right, that's money. And remember when you guys were in the dramatic play area with the kitchen and you had the shopping cart and you guys pretended to own a store and people would need the money out of the cash register, cha-ching, to pay for that food. Pretend. Money. Dramatic play. Very good. You know what else we did during the money? Oh, no. We didn't do that during money. We finished up money and then we went to winter and hibernation. Now, why are we going from money to winter to hibernation? Well, there's a holiday in winter that's called Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. And we wanted to save our money so that we could also give presents to our family and our friends during these holidays, right? And in our sensory table, we had wrapping paper and we had bows and we had tape and we had presents. Do you remember? Do you remember what the presents were in our sensory table that we wrapped? I think some was candy. I think there were some cards and some lip gloss. I know Miss Madison loved her lip gloss. And you guys did that all by yourself. You wrapped all those presents and you put that under our little Christmas tree that we had in our class. And you also made Christmas decorations as well. All right, but we talked about hibernation. And do you remember, here's winter. That's our snowflake that we watercolored and painted for our door. Do you guys remember what hibernation means? It's a big word, hibernation. Do you remember what it means? Hibernation is when it gets cold outside and some animals go to sleep for the winter or stay in their homes for the winter until it gets warm outside, right? And that's why we collected all those acorns for the squirrels so that they had food when they hibernated to eat. You're so kind. Very good. Okay? Now, there are certain animals we talked about that hibernate, and there are certain animals that adapt, that can be okay with the weather being colder. Okay? And there's other animals that migrate, that like fly away or go someplace else when it's cold. Okay? So there's 3 ways that animals can do this. They can hibernate, go to sleep for the winter or stay in their home. They can adapt to it so their bodies are okay. That's us, right? We're okay when the weather changes in the seasons. Or they migrate. They fly away. Okay? So here are a couple. Let's talk about the animals that migrate. An animal that migrates is, I'm going to try to find it, a whale. Okay? So a whale will swim away when it gets cold to an area that is warmer, where the water is warmer. Okay? Another animal that migrates, I wish I had these in order. Okay, don't have it, is a butterfly. A butterfly will migrate. And also a bird. A bird will fly. They say birds go to Florida for the winter. They fly south for the winter. Okay? And we read a fun book about that too. So birds migrate. They go to someplace else. Okay? Now, animals that can adapt, that can stay where they are when it gets cold out are, oh, here's that butterfly. Okay? Are, let's see, where is it? A deer. Okay? A deer can be okay when it's hot and cold. And I'm just looking at a mouse. And us, right? We just put on warmer clothes in the wintertime. What kind of clothes do we wear in wintertime? We talked about this too. We put on hats, scarves for our necks, gloves for our hands, jackets, right? Coats. We wear long pants, maybe boots with heavy socks. Okay, so those are animals that adapt like us. And then there are animals that hibernate. And the best one that everybody kind of knows about is the bear. Okay, the bear goes in his cave. He gathers up all his food before he hibernates and goes to sleep for the winter in his cave. All right, and there are certain things that we all need. We need shelter, which was the cave for the bear. We need the food, so they have to get the food. We need water, so they have to find a place to get water. And those caves have to be able to provide air to breathe. And friends, we talked about all of that, and we had all these different words that went with hibernation and winter when it gets cold. And we talked about all the different things that we wear in the winter. All right, we're on a roll. It's getting long, but we're going to keep going. We also started doing some morning work like this one, where you guys had green pieces of paper that had 0 through 10, and you made a Christmas tree, and you tried to put them in order, right? So you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's counting up. How do you count down? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off! And you guys cut and pasted these Christmas trees for Christmas. And we also, during this time, made gingerbread cookies with Miss Allison. They were yummy, so yummy. And we did our 12 days of discovery. Remember, Science Sarah gave me that gift? So nice. Of 12 different science experiments. And we did it with Miss Kitty and Miss Madison, Miss Taylor, and I think Miss Deb was there too. And we did all different science experiments, and it was a really fun time. All right. Oh, wait. No, not yet. We also went over the letter M. M. What two friends in our class start with the letter M? Mia and May. Right. Mia and May. And what words start with M? Ooh. Monkey. Moon in our solar system, right? Mug. I love my mugs. Mittens. Remember we talked about a mitten? A mitten looks like this, where you put your thumb in one spot and all your fingers in another. And a glove is like this, right? All your fingers have their own little spot in a glove. Mitten. And Mat Man. And the little mouse. M words. Now, this is where we came up with that famous M. How we make the letter M. How we write the letter M. What do we say? Up, down, stop. Right. Up, down, stop. Very good. M. 4 big lines, says Mat Man. 4 big lines. And we go, right? Like we're hungry. For the letter M. All right. Whew. All right, this is the last thing we're going to do today. And then I was going to draw the doggy and read Knuffle Bunny. Okay, we'll do it. It's going to be really long, but let's do it. All right. Then we talked about winter and hibernation. Winter is the season. Winter months are December, January, February. And holidays around the world. Holidays. And this, my friends, is Mr. Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. And we painted Mr. Santa Claus and we put him on our door to decorate for holidays. Right? So Santa. And some of the holidays that we talked about around the world were Christmas, which is where we made our Christmas tree. Hanukkah, we made this menorah with the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is my menorah. Menorah for Hanukkah. And we made a unity cup for Kwanzaa. Okay? And these are different holidays around the world. Hanukkah is the festival of light, okay? And it's celebrated in Israel and in America and all over the world. And you play the dreidel game for Hanukkah. For Christmas, you guys know Christmas really well. Mr. Santa Claus comes, ho, 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 down our chimney, eats our cookies and milk, leaves us gifts, right? All right, Christmas. And then Kwanzaa is also a festival of lights. And there's a candle lit on a kinara, and you use that unity cup to drink out of, right? So there's a lot more to those holidays, but since we don't have a lot of time, that's where I'm going to stop right there. And we also learned about the letter N. N is up, down, up, stop, right? 3 big lines. N for numbers. Narwhal in our favorite holiday movie Elf, right? Nail, net, nose, and what's that? Necktie. And our favorite word now, nurse. Nurse. N. N. Okay? And Matman says 3 big lines. Up, down, up, stop. Very, very good. Those are the themes I'm going to go over, remembering our school year together today. That was a lot. Did you follow all of that with me? That was a lot. Okay, I love our directive draw, so why don't we draw the dog from Pigeon Wants a Puppy, and then I will read Knuffle Bunny, okay? So let's get out our paper. Do you have your paper? And let's get our pen. I'm going to get my magic black marker, and let's try to draw Doggy, okay? Doggy may be a little hard, but let's try. Let's put our papers this way. Instead of up and down, let's do it long ways, okay? And the first thing, we're going to just do it the way we want to do it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw. Let's just do it this way. We're going to draw a rectangle, okay, on the side. And then we're going to make the doggy's face, so we're going to do a frown at the top, and then we're going to kind of do another rectangle, but it's going to have a little triangle in the middle, okay? Now you can do it in one thing. You can go up and around, a line over, down, make your little V, and then a line going there. Try it. Try to see what I did. The frown, and then I made kind of like a square. I made my V, and I made it touch my rectangle. Okay, then let's add his little nose, which we just color in a little spot there. Let's make his eye, which is a big, kind of big circle with a dot, big dot in the middle, like that. Let's make his ears, which is kind of like a hand. It's like a line up and down. How you guys make feet or hands, and you want to color one in black. I know I'm going fast. Give him his little whiskers dots by his nose. Make his tongue coming out of the V, his mouth, which is kind of like a little oval. Let's give him a necklace, which are 2 lines with a little circle around his neck. Okay, 2 lines with a little circle. Let's give him a tail. So it looks like his tail is just wagging like that. And then let's give him his feet. So let's make 4 feet. So they're ovals at the bottom. 1, 2 in the front, and we're going to do it this way. 1, 2 at the bottom. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ovals at the bottom. And then give him his little toes, which are just lines, 2 lines in the middle of each oval. And that's our puppy from Pigeon Wants a Puppy. You can also do his spot on his back, and that doesn't matter how that looks. I'm going to color it in black so you can see it. Like my puppy Pudgy, she has a little spot on her back. Like that. Okay? And that, my friends, is our puppy. Sorry I went really fast. This is how you spell puppy. P-U-P-P-Y. P-U-P-P-Y. Puppy. And you always put your name on your drawing. There is Puppy from Pigeon Wants a Puppy. And it may not look exactly like mine, friends, and that's okay. You guys take your time and do what you can do. And I know I went fast. It's just that this is going really long. This is probably my longest circle time yet. But there was a lot to talk about. I'm actually getting tired. Can you see my energy going down? You know why? It's because I need growing food. I haven't had my breakfast yet, which I'm going to have right after this. Knuffle Bunny. Let's end it with Knuffle Bunny. Not so long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. And this looks like it's in Brooklyn. She's sitting on the stoop, one of my favorite words and favorite places to hang out. Trixie and her daddy went down the block, through the park, down the block, through the park. Some people are exercising. Past the school, which I'm going to see you guys today, into the laundromat. Past the school, into the laundromat. Laundromat is where you wash your clothes. Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine. Oh my goodness, she's being so kind. Look at her helping. Who's that? Knuffle Bunny in the basket. Uh-oh. She even got to put the money into the machine, right? Money. We talked about money today. You have to put money sometimes into a machine to wash your clothes. So you have to save in your piggy bank. Then they left. Friends, who is that in the machine? It's Knuffle Bunny. Ah. But a block or so later, Trixie realized something. Ah! Trixie turned to her daddy and said, "Ego flago kaglobble." Baby talk. "That's right," replied her daddy. "We're going home." That's not what she was trying to say. No, Daddy. "Aggle flaggle gabaggle," said Trixie again. "Blaggle blabble, fumbly blappy, snurp." I don't know if I'm saying these words right, but you get my meaning. She's talking baby talk. And what is she trying to tell her daddy? Where's my Knuffle Bunny? "No, now please, don't get fussy," said her daddy. Well, she had no choice. Wah! She's crying. She went boneless. He couldn't move the baby. She just went, look, like a rag doll. Like this doll. Whoa. She just went like a rag doll. And she started crying. Because she didn't have the words to tell her daddy what was wrong. She did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. By the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. Like daddy was a little frustrated. He needs to do his breathing or counting to 10. Right? As soon as Trixie's mommy opened the door, she asked, "Where's Knuffle Bunny?" And look, Trixie's like, "Dad, that's what I've been trying to tell you the whole time." The whole family ran down the block and they ran through the park, getting their exercises. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Oh, look, this guy has a what kind of shirt on? Pigeon. It's awesome. They zoomed past the school and into the laundromat. This lady's going, where are they going so fast? Trixie's daddy looked for Knuffle Bunny and looked and looked and looked, but Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. Oh no, friends, not Knuffle Bunny. Where is that bunny? So Trixie's dad decided to look harder. Knuffle Bunny! Where did they find Knuffle Bunny? Right, in the washing machine. And those were the first words Trixie ever said. So instead of baby talk, she loves her Knuffle Bunny so much, she said, "Knuffle Bunny!" Yes, Jimmy Fallon has some books that say first words are Mama and then Dada. But Trixie's were Knuffle Bunny. The end. Is Pigeon anywhere in the back? No, just a bunch of Knuffle Bunnies. We did it! I can do it. Yes, I can. I said I was going to go over all these things today. My friends, I did it. I need probably 12 stickers and a big chocolate bar. But I'm going to go eat my growing food because that's going to give me muscles and the energy to come back tomorrow to talk more about what we did during our school year. Friends, I'm very proud of you. Hopefully you stuck with me during this. And tomorrow we'll go over more. I love you. Bye-bye.